All right, y'all, we are live on this beautiful Sunday. Blessings to everybody in Jesus' name, in Yeshua's name, even if you're not religious. Well, I still hope y'all are super blessed. Shout out to Joe Who coming in early with the super chat. What's your opinion currently on Polkadot? It's looking strong. Yeah, I think Polkadot is looking really strong, man. Look, I can't give financial advice, my friend Joe Who, but look, if you're in Polkadot, we've gotten a really nice breakout of that wedge. If you are in profit, my philosophy is take some dang profits, man. But it really depends on your goals. Did you accumulate Polkadot during the bear market to look to sell at the top of the bull market? Well, if so, I would hold on until 2024, the end of 2024, beginning of middle 2025. But look, if you're trying to get some profits to go do some real life stuff, doesn't hurt to take some dang profits, man. I know that's not a clear answer, but you have to do according to your goals and according to your own plans. That's the only way to do it in this game. Otherwise, you're going to be holding up and down for the rest of your life. Shoulda, coulda, woulda. Shout out to my man, Revy. He says, boom. Shout out to Fiber Splice God. Guys, as usual, if we can get 1,000 likes during the first, we'll give it 45 minutes. All right? It's 1:45, so if at 2:30 we got 1,000 likes, we'll be giving away 1,000 USDT. Shout out to Amaro. Shout out to Sugo. Shout out to Habib. Shout out to Prawn. Shout out to Joshua Elliott. What's the updated version of Bitcoin? There's only one Bitcoin, my friend. Shout out to Joshua Elliott. He says, Merry Christmas, Jasper. Merry Christmas, Joshua. Hope it's a blessed one for you. Shout out to FitGenius618. Shout out to Crypto Hub. Shout out to Cryptosion. Merry Xmas. Shout out to No Limits Kush Master. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to you. Merry Christmas to everybody who celebrates Christmas up in here. I do pray that it is a blessed time with friends and family. And especially if you're celebrating the birth of the Messiah, may it be blessed. May you be edified. May your faith increase. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. What is going on, my man? Shout out to Siraj. What is going on, Siraj? Shout out to Jazib Hussein. He says, I am poor. Please reward me that 1,000 USDT. Well, smash up the like button, my friend. And we will be giving away that 1,000 USDT if we can get 1,000 likes in the first 45 minutes of streaming. Yeah, we will chart Polkadot, Joe Who. Absolutely. We'll start with Polkadot. We will start with Polkadot. Polkadot, I'll be honest with you. We've had quite a bit of a ride. Was it 25%-ish from the breakout of that falling wedge? Yeah, we will chart it for sure, man. But I'll be honest with you. Toda Rabah, the Ram Go. Shalom to you. Chag Sameach. If you celebrate a Chag this time, then Chag Sameach. Shout out to Player One. He says Shalom. Shout out to Ricardo. Shout out to Paper Hands Moonboy and Infanti. Shout out to Take Profits. What a great YouTube name. Shout out to Sauli D. Am I buying Bitcoin? I am not buying any Bitcoin here, my friend. I have sold some Bitcoin. Shout out to Oscar. He says, Christ is king. I can say amen to that, my friend. Can we take a look at XRP? We could. I'll be honest with you. XRP, I don't consider it an altcoin that has a lot of potential. I do believe, however, it is going to pump like crazy. You know, in the bull market, we're probably going to see, you know, we're probably going to see XRP hit a new all-time high. But it's not going to give us the crazy gains like some of these altcoins are. Am Yisrael Chai. Baruch Hashem. Alright, the other TJ. What is going on with the other TJ? Shout out to Radar Apologetics. He says, Chag Christmas Sameach. Chag Christmas Sameach to you, Radar Apologetics. My man, Rabbi Eduardo. If anyone's into apologetics, from a Messianic Jewish perspective. A little bit unique in a niche, but go check out Radar Apologetics. Dude is the best in the game, honestly. Yeah, alts are pumping. All right, we're going to get into some altcoins, guys. As usual, I know we're going to have a smaller crowd today. That's why I'm giving it 45 minutes. If we can get 1,000 likes in 45 minutes, we will be giving away 1,000 USDT. Shout out to Divine Hood, man. God bless you, bro. God bless you, man. Shout out to Ion Crypto. He says, what are my thoughts on the MEXC FUD? All right, let's address the MEXC FUD before we get into the charts. Because, yeah, this is something that is, this is something that is, I'll be honest with you, it's not comfortable given the fact that my main trading exchange is MEXC. Okay? Now, I can only say this. Okay? I have been trading on MEXC since early 2022. I have never had any issues with the exchange. I've never had any liquidity problems with the exchange. And I've only had positive experiences with the exchange, with their support team. People in my community and myself have been able to reach out to them when they have had errors. They refund people. I don't know what to think about the FUD. All I can say is this. There's always FUD out there. And in my opinion, regardless of what exchange you are trading on, you got to make sure that you are not keeping too much money on the exchange, money that you are not prepared to lose. That's the reality of the situation. If FTX can be a scam, anything can be a scam. All right, FTX in Forbes magazine, propped up by the mainstream media as one of the most trustworthy exchanges, an American-owned company. If that can be a scam, anything can be a scam. Now, so far, it's all anecdotal stuff, so I have no way to confirm nor deny that these things are actually happening. I have no way to confirm nor deny. So, for me, I'm going to continue to trade on MEXC for as long as I can. But I also recommend having multiple exchanges that you trade on. All right? I trade on MEXC. I trade on ZoomX. I trade on BingX. Those are currently the 3 exchanges that I am using to trade cryptocurrency, stocks, forex, and commodities using Tether as margin. Right now, I've got a trade open on ZoomX, right? As well. So look, you gotta just play it safe out there, and that's all I can say about it. Shout out to my man Pixel Might for the super chat. God bless you. Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, you gotta roll with the flow and secure them gains, baby, into cold storage. That's Fiber Splice God brings up a very important point, right? If you are not regularly taking your money off the exchange and putting it into a hard wallet, it's not safe. Period, right? It's not safe, period. All right, let's get into some altcoins here. Bitcoin, guys, totally flat, all right? Totally flat. We did get a little CDW up here, right? A little CDW right up here from the trade setup that we were looking at in the Casper crew VIP Discord. I'm in a few short trades, guys, because look, I'm taking the shorts. I'm holding the shorts. If we get a major dump, I am ready for a dump because it could happen at any time. But we have to also understand there's nothing bearish, objectively speaking, about these Bitcoin charts right now. I mean, there's nothing bearish, objectively speaking, right now about Bitcoin. We are in an uptrend, and we are currently in a little zone of consolidation at local resistance, right? So Bitcoin right now, we could say that we are trading within a sideways range with our low right around here, our high right around here. So we are right now consolidating around local resistance, forming some bearish divergences here. The one word of caution I would give about Bitcoin is this. Very low volume is going to be happening within the next few days because America is closed. And I'm pretty sure a lot of people also in other countries don't trade that day. I don't know if their stock markets are open. I don't know. Because, us Americans, we only focus on us. We don't know about any other countries. It's just America, Mexico, Canada, China, and that's it. Those are the only countries that we know about over here. And of course, England. We call it England. We don't call it the UK. But yeah, the only word of caution I would give is that we've had very low volume here. And this is actually, if we go to Bybit, this is actually the second time that we have printed a bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame within this range. Okay, so this actually has never happened throughout the entirety of this uptrend. We can go all the way back to September, where we have one bearish divergence on the 4-hour, followed by another bearish divergence on the 4-hour time frame. All right, that's it. Other than that, Bitcoin is pretty dang boring. So let's take a look at Polkadot, because Polkadot, we got a super chat. My man Joe wanted to take a look at Polkadot. Now Polkadot is breaking out of this very large falling wedge pattern. We've been watching it for quite some time now. Let's put this thing on log scale. It's easier. Actually, we don't even have to put it on log scale. We'll just zoom in here. But yeah, this is a very, very nice breakout of this wedge pattern. We can see basically, depending on how you want to connect the highs here, there's a few different ways we could do it, right? Depending on whether or not we're on log scale or not, there's a few different ways to kind of look at this. But in general, this was a pretty important area of resistance that we had going on here, going all the way back to around May 2022. So this is right when Luna went down. And when we just take a look at this, to me, this looks extremely bullish. Now, we've been aware of this wedge since we were originally breaking out, looking for a retest and then a pump to the upside. All right, so we've been following along on the channel. You know, we've been aware of this wedge from down here, and now we've seen significant follow through, right? From the breakout and the retest, what did we get? 25? Oh my goodness. 87% move to the upside. That is crazy, man. That is absolutely crazy. Okay? And this last little bit of consolidation right over here in the middle of December, where basically after getting the breakout and the retest, we put in another higher high. We got another little retest. From that retest, what's the most recent move? That's the 25% move. Sheesh, 40%. Man, Polkadot absolutely pumping like crazy. Okay, so like we've been saying for a while, when we are looking at altcoins in these bullish patterns, we have to think to ourselves, if we are interested in buying after the breakout, yes, of course, we could see more upside. But you got to think to yourself, we've just had an 80% move to the upside. Maybe it would be a better idea if you're looking to get some crazy gains to look for altcoins that are still in the wedge, because there's many, many that are still in the wedge right now. The target of this breakout is going to be around $10.50, because the way we find the target of the wedge is basically we trade it up to where the wedge began. That's going to be right around $10.50. So, you know, my man Joe, he asked, should I hold? Should I wait for a pullback? Here's the thing. If you are long or holding Polkadot from your accumulation in the wedge, it really does depend on your plan, because if you are in this for the long game, if you're super bullish on DOT and you've been hodling since the bear market bottom, DCAing in, then we have a lot more upward potential here, right? Another 500% for all-time highs, right? So even if we come back down and hit those lows again, if you've been holding since those lows, let's say your average entry is right around here, I mean, that's an amazing risk to reward ratio, right? Even if we hit a new all-time high, it's a 20-to-1 risk reward ratio. So the way I always like to do it is I like to take profits along the way up. But yeah, our next major resistance is going to be that $10.50 level. This, if we can reclaim the $10.50 level, that's going to be the doorway into that massive range that we were trading in the last bull market. So for me, if I was not in Polkadot right now, I would be waiting for us to get a move up to this level, and then I would wait for another pullback, and then I would look to actually potentially get into a long position from there, because we are clearly in an uptrend. We expect resistance at this level. And let's see, from the high, low to the high, where did we bounce from? Bounced right from the 382. We did that once. Let's check it out where we did that the second time. From the 382 twice. So we might be able to, yeah, do something similar to this, honestly, which could then lead us to higher prices. Now, again, this is speculative because if Bitcoin hits the value area high of its range around 48 to 50K and then gets a major pullback, we are also going to see these altcoins get major pullbacks, right? So for me personally, my altcoin strategy is, you know, buy the altcoins you're interested in at these lows. And there's still a lot of coins that are in this accumulation down at the lows, right? But yeah, right now, the next major price target for Polkadot is $10.50. Let's zoom into a lower time frame and see if we can find some kind of local setup here. All right, so we had this little flag thingy that broke out, and we broke out, and we got a retest. All right, so we've broken out, we've retested that. I personally, I don't see any kind of trade setup that I would be interested in taking here, because we've already gotten a breakout and a retest. So what we need to do is we need to wait for another range to start to form here, like what we had right around here. We need to wait for another range to kind of start to form, where we can identify an area that's low and an area that's high, right? Because that's how we're going to be trading these types of bull flags. Once the range forms, we look for longs at the low of the range, we look for shorts at the high of the range, and when we're in a bull trend, we prefer to hold those longs after a TP1 for higher prices. Shout out to Harsh. He says, I support MEXC, seriously best exchange out there, but I keep most tokens in cold storage and trust wallet. Yeah, that's what I recommend. That's what I recommend. That's what I recommend. Yeah, so I own, so, like, did this happen to you personally, or is this just something that you read on Twitter? Let me know. Shout out to my man, or woman, I don't know, SuCP. I might have missed it, but can you look at ICP? Yeah, let's take a look at ICP. ICP is extremely bullish as well. We had a major breakout. Shout out to my man J-Boy Bullish, who sold ICP in a very juicy profit. All right, so let's take a look at the daily. ICP also, guys, in the wedge. All right, this is what altcoins do in the bear market. They form these wedge patterns. A lot of them do. We've already hit our target, right? We've already hit our target. So again, with ICP, we are at resistance here, and our next major area of support is going to be around $15.25. Let's go ahead and pull some fibs. Let's put it on log scale as well. Yeah, our next major area of resistance is going to be $15.25. That's the Fibonacci golden pocket from the last high to the low. Now here's the thing, I do believe once we enter above this level, we could very easily squeeze and take out all these highs, because this is very poorly formed market structure here. You would expect a short squeeze to happen, a massive pump, just to take all this out very quickly. So again, we have to remember, when we are dealing with coins that have already broken out, we don't know when the top of this rally is going to be. Eventually, there's going to be a Bitcoin pullback that's going to be very aggressive, right? We could see up to a 40-45% pullback. That's totally normal. Even in the most bullish market conditions, Bitcoin gets crazy pullbacks all the time. In the most crazy market conditions, the Bitcoin chart is just extremely overextended. We can't even debate that fact. When you look at a chart that looks like this, where it literally goes straight up for over a week, that is overextended. That is an unsustainable move. All right, so when we are entertaining getting into coins like this, we need to say to ourselves, I might be buying the top. And that's a risk I'm willing to take, right? Now, for me, with ICP, we are at the 382 Fibonacci. We're obviously finding a little bit of resistance right here. We also understand that we could very easily get another move to the upside of about, let's measure, another 50%. Now that's nothing to scoff at here. Another 50%, that's going to be key. And also, if we reclaim this level, then we are looking at a move up to these highs, which is going to be about 450%. So the bigger move, the better opportunity here, in my opinion, is actually to wait to reclaim $15.25, because if we're not in this thing, we just got a massive pump to the upside and we're at resistance, and we're coming up to another resistance that's 50% away. But we know if we reclaim that resistance that's 50% away, we have a potential, you know, crazy move. Let's see here. Yeah, we have a potential crazy move of about 500%. You know, about 500%. So I would be honestly more interested in waiting for a break above this level and then a retest with some kind of bullish divergence here. And I would actually, yeah, I would even look to long this thing, like even on a low leveraged long. But if I was looking for an entry below that level and I wanted to trade it up to that level, we would have to go down to a lower time frame and look for a setup that we could potentially take here. Okay, so I do see a setup that I would like to take here. I see a really nice setup here for a long on ICP. Alright, when we take a look at these lows here, we've got ourselves a sideways range that has formed, alright? $8.46. This is our low once and our low twice, and so we know that there's liquidity built up under these levels, meaning there's stop losses under there. So you know how crypto loves to stop hunt and then blast in the other direction. So if we get a move down below here, we could then get our move back up to the high. Okay, let's see if there's any other confluences there. Yeah, it's coming in, guys, also right at the Fibonacci golden pocket from this last low to the high. All right, you guys see that? It's coming in right into that golden pocket zone. Let's go ahead and pull some volume here. Yeah, that's beautiful. That actually is quite beautiful there. If we get that, that would be a really nice move. One could say, you know, it's too late because we've already got a rounded bottom. You know, if that's you, then hey, I'm not here to tell you what to do. Like, you can trade however you want to trade, but for me, I like to wait for the highest probability setups. For me, high probability setup would be we get a dip down just to grab the liquidity and then get a move to the upside, and we want to see bullish divergences coming on Market Cipher B. All right, we want to see that uneven butt cheek pattern starting to form on Market Cipher B. Right, a big juicy left cheek and a nice skinny right cheek. Something like this on Market Cipher B. All right, so I think we could be seeing that with a move down, because this last low right here, we formed a nice anchor wave, right? So we could be looking for something like this here. You know, as we get another move down, we want to see this nice uneven butt cheek pattern. This uneven butt cheek pattern shows that there's about to be a change, a reversal. Something's about to change. You're at the club, baby. You've got your drink in hand. You know, you're dancing. Everything's all good until the lights come on at 2 a.m. Then everyone can see what you got going on down there. All right, and there's going to be a change of opinion, right? What you can't see in the dark becomes clear in the light, and we could get that nice move to the upside. All right, so yeah, we want to see that bullish divergence come in. We see money flow getting thicker here. And again, where would the target be? Not too much higher. Right up to that $15.25 level. That would be my target for this. right? That's a really nice move too. That's an 80% move right there. So, but again, look, these things are speculative because we've already gotten an insane pump on it. You know, we've already got an insane pump. Shout out to my man Bill. Says the course discount expired. It may have expired, my friend. Do you need Market Cipher for my scalping course? Yes, I would. Yep, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, you need Market Cipher because that's what I use for it. All right, shout out to JDJP. He says, every time I'm sure it's going to be the top, it has another 3 legs up. How can you catch the perfect top? I mean, the only way to catch the top is you need to have a level, right? You need to have a level. So, like, for ICP, there's a really good chance this is going to be a top, even if we continue more to the upside, right? So, even if we continue more to the upside, there's a good chance that this will be a top, right? So, you got to have a level, and then you got to use multiple time frames for that confluence, right? Look, here's the thing. If we're shorting in an uptrend, we need to be quick to take profits. We need to be quick to take profits, right? That's the name of the game. That's the name of the game. We gotta be quick to take profits. Always assume that the trade is going to go against you. You know, always assume that the trade is going to go against you. Shout out to Dave Digital. All right, let's check out some other coins here. All right, this is FET. Let's check out. I want to check out some ones that look like they haven't really gotten the break yet. All right, if there's a coin that you're looking at that hasn't broken out yet, pop it into the chat. A lot of these have already gotten the breakout. Doge is dead. I mean, Doge, yeah, I mean, the meme coins from 2 cycles ago, they definitely don't have as many gains as some of these other coins that we could potentially be trading here. All right, we got some people in the chat shooting out some coins here. All right, let's see. All right, Hbar. Let's take a look at Hbar. All right, so Hbar, yeah. Look, we're coming up to this resistance. We have yet to break out. Let's see if we can draw a trend line here. All right, you could say we're breaking out right now of this important resistance zone. All right, so this is actually kind of significant. Let's put this off log scale. There's a few other ways to look at this as well. We could say that we've got this going on here, which is the wedge. It's not really a wedge. It's more like a symmetrical triangle here. it doesn't look super nice on that bottom. I'll be honest with you. It does not look super nice on that bottom. All right, let's see. We've already got a break of the resistance. We got a retest of the trend line. We got a retest of this first major support resistance flip. All right. Let's see how the weekly market cipher B looks on this. It looks really bullish. The weekly market cipher B looks really, really nice here. We've got a nice money flow crossover. We did have a bullish divergence on the weekly at this low. Then we got an anchor wave, a trigger wave. Now we're breaking out of resistance on the daily time frame. We do have some bearish divergences starting to form here on the daily time frame, but overall the money flow is definitely bullish on this. We can see the money flow is definitely much higher now than it was the last time. The last two times we attempted to break out of this resistance. Let's go to the 4 hour. So the 4 hour is definitely starting to tick down a little bit on the momentum wave, which means, in my opinion, because it's a very bullish scenario, the next trigger wave we get on the 4 hour here could be a pretty nice one underneath the 0 line, right? When we start to see the money flow getting low in a very powerful uptrend, that's actually where we want to be looking for continuation patterns. See, over here, we start to see the bearish divergences form into this resistance. We printed a really nice deep anchor wave on the 4 hour. And then as we got these trigger waves, that could have given us actually the bottom of that next major trigger wave here. So I would be looking for something similar to happen right now. Let's see where are some of the areas we could be looking for us to come down for a retest too. Let's look at the volume since the breakout, and then let's go ahead and pull our fib from the low to the high. Man, let's pull it from the low just before that last major breakout. So, I don't know if we're going to get a move back down to there, but I would say this. When I'm looking for a trade entry, I want to see a lot of things pointing to one level, telling me this level is the level to look for. So we've got a golden pocket. We've got ourselves a nice daily order block right there. We've got a high volume node. We've got a 786. We got the value area low. We got basically the retest of this trend line. I mean, if we are gifted with another pullback down below 7.2 cents, this could actually be a nice place to look here. You could say we've already got the breakout and the retest, but this would be like a more slow kind of a retest here. And if we do get that, then the next target that I would have for this would be right here at this May 2022 order block at around 15 cents. So that could be a move of about 100%. All right, that's nothing to really scoff at. So, you know, obviously we might not get a retracement down that deep. We might not even get a retracement. I would be keeping my eyes on this 4-hour market cipher B here, because the 4-hour market cipher B, if we do come down and we get a trigger wave below that 0 line, I do believe that's going to be when we get that next move. Based on just this breakout, it's a very bullish thing. We need to wait for this thing to cool down a little bit. Right, we want to see a nice bullish trigger wave on the 4-hour time frame, and then when we go down to that lower time frame, so like maybe the 24-minute time frame, we want to see money flow crossing, and or we want to see a green dot below that zero line. So a good example would be, let's take a look at the last time we got a really bullish trigger wave on market cipher B on the 4 hour. Let's see what happened on the 24 minute over there. Yeah, look at this. That's a beautiful signal right there. That really is a beautiful signal right there. The 24 minute gave us a beautiful, juicy trigger wave below the zero line right here. After that 4 hour printed that green dot, that would have pretty much given us an entry right around here. Obviously, when you do that, stop loss goes below the low. Entry right here. And that would have given us a very, very nice move to the upside. So I would be looking for something very, very similar right now to happen, where we get a nice bullish divergence on that 4 hour time frame. And then we want to see that 24 minute time frame giving us this nice shape. Money flow getting higher, anchor waves and trigger waves printing. That's a really good way to get in during an uptrend or a downtrend. In a downtrend, you just do the opposite. All right, shout out to Dave Digital for the super chat. You posted a link to a poetic Christmas thank you. Oh, thank you, man. Merry Christmas. God bless you, man. Hope you have a great time with friends and family. All right. All right, let's check out Storj. Oh, nice. All right, so Storj has indeed gotten the breakout. We've gotten a breakout. And there's a few ways we could even look at this. I mean, you could say that we had this resistance, but you could also say we had this. I like this one a little bit better here. All right, let's take a look at this. This actually looks pretty nice here. Let's take a look at the weekly market cipher B. Okay, so weekly market cipher B has just gotten a money flow cross. It looks pretty bullish, but it also looks like it's about to print a red dot, which could give us a bit of a pullback here. Man, that was a nice, I have to say, this was a really nice setup here. The same kind of thing we were looking at on ICP, right? Whenever you see price forming a clearly defined low, man, when we come down to take those stop losses, this is exactly what we're looking to happen on ICP right now, right? We're looking for ICP to grab the liquidity with some bullish divergences and then put in a new high. That's exactly what has already happened with Storj. Unfortunately, we've missed that. Let's see. So daily market cipher B, that VWAP is starting to get a little curve to the upside here. It's starting to curve right here. Money flow is still getting thicker. Let's go to the 4 hour. 4 hours starting to actually even form some bullish divergences. All right, so let's go ahead and pull some volume, and let's go also and pull some fibs. All right, so we're below that Fibonacci golden pocket. Let's pull a fib from this low down here. Okay, so I would say this. Right now, we've got a really nice kind of confluence here with the golden pocket, the value area low of the range. So because we have broken out of this value area, breakout, retest, pump, and we come back down below, back test, I'd say we would look for a move back down to the low of this volume profile here at around 66 cents, give or take, right? Which historically is our support. Okay, so the first place I would look for a long on Storj would be to come down here. Again, we have to remember the weekly is potentially forming a red dot, and the daily has a bearish divergence, yet money flow gets thicker, right? So when you see bearish divergences, yet money flow gets thicker, that means, in my opinion, that still we're looking to buy a higher low. The first place I would look would be right down here at 66 cents, because it gives us a very clear invalidation for our idea. If we get a move back down to the golden pocket, our stop loss goes underneath that low, and we can target at least the high and potentially a new high, which is giving us about a 6-to-1 risk to reward ratio right here. And yeah, again, the idea for this long trade is that we are just coming down to support at the bottom of the range, confluence with the golden pocket, and we're looking basically for a retest of this support, which was support once, and then we got the stop hunt, and now we're looking for that support the third time to give what some people like to call an upside down head and shoulders pattern, right? With a pretty bullish change in market structure. I mean, really, an upside down head and shoulder pattern literally is just a change of market structure, right? It's a change of structure. Why is it a change of structure? Because we have ourselves a high, we have our low, then we have a higher high, we got this lower low, right? But now we made a higher high. So this is now a change in structure, because we had this last high, we put in a lower low, so we're like, ooh, is this a downtrend? Then we made a higher high, so we're like, no, it's not a downtrend. It was probably just a liquidity grab, and now we can look for another higher low. But because we're back inside the volume area, the most logical place, and in my opinion, one of the more probable places to get that bounce would be from around that 66 to 68 cent zone. Invalidation for the bounce idea is if price makes another low, which again could give us between a 6 to 7 risk reward ratio, meaning if we're risking 1% of our trading stack on the trade, we can make a 6 to 7% in one trade, which is not too shabby. And if we hit a TP1 and let the rest ride, well, hey, you know, in general, Storj has a lot of upward potential. Understanding that we are breaking out of this kind of wedgie pattern, right? This squeeze together pattern, right? We're breaking out of the squeeze pattern. This means we potentially could see new highs eventually, right? So the two ways I would look at this thing is way number one. Way number one would be look for more upside here, okay? In this local kind of entry. Way number two is, look, if we don't get a bounce here, if Bitcoin dumps down to 31K, very possible, right? I actually still am in the camp that we're going to see 30K at least. If that happens, a lot of these altcoins are going to come right back down into their ranges, even if it's just for a quick wick. In which case, if we're back down in this area, we need to think to ourselves that we now have an opportunity where we have a very awesome entry, understanding that the bear market is over, understanding that we're entering into a bull market. We're looking at potentially up to 1,000% gains or more if we get to move back down into the wedge. So this would be like my longer term play for it. If we're gifted with a move back down into the wedge, a spot play right here, 1,000% gains, cannot go wrong. Cannot go wrong. But if we don't get a move down into the wedge, locally right now, I would be looking just to get a move back down to support, which is coming in right around that 65, 66 cent zone. Just that historical support. And then, yeah, we could look for a new high. How's Bitcoin doing? Is she doing anything right now? Whoa. Nah, she's not doing anything, man. She's doing nothing. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. You guys are amazing. Shout out to Dave Digital. Shout out to J-Boy Bullish. Shout out to Harper M, who says, this loser sold his crypto. Why are people watching? Well, yeah, I sold some of my crypto, man. I mean, I don't understand, Harper M. Should I hold my crypto forever? You know, should I hold it forever? Look, I'm here to make profit. I'm here to make money. I'm here to get real world assets, right? I'm not here to hold my Bitcoin forever so it can go to like $5 million of Bitcoin, and then I can watch it go back down You know, you got to take profits. Look, with every single investment or trade that you enter, you need to have a plan on where you're going to enter, where you're going to get out if you're wrong, where you're going to get out if you're right, okay? And I'm a huge proponent of taking partial profits, right? Did I sell all my Bitcoin? No, not even close, bro. I've still got lots of Bitcoins. I still have lots of Bitcoins, but here's the thing. I'm going to be taking profits a long way up. Just like right now, in these trades that I'm currently in, I have taken profits out, right? You have to think to yourself, the market is a risky place. This market will humble you, man. When people get greedy, people lose on what could have been actual profit that could have helped you actually in real life. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, man, don't get greedy with this stuff. If you've made money, take that money. Most people don't sell these market tops until it's too late, and then they're break even or even in the red. I bought Bitcoin at $15,000. A lot. I longed Bitcoin at $15,000 a lot. I was one of the voices extra bullish below 20K, calling for 20K, calling for 30K, calling for 40K. I'm cautiously calling for 50K right now. But look, man, I've made over 100% gains on my Bitcoin. Why would I not take profit? Like, that's ridiculous to me. If you went to work all day, if you went to work for a year at a job, 9 to 5, wouldn't you want to realize some of that money that you did for your work so you could like do something nice in life, bro? If not, you're in this for the wrong reason. We could all sit there and watch the portfolio go up and down and up and down. But if you don't have anything tangible to actually show for it, what's the point? You know what I'm saying? All right. All right, let's check out FIL. Hasn't broken out yet. Let's check it out. All right, yeah, this is not broken out yet, all right? So we were talking about this a little bit here, but this right here is like an amazing opportunity. If we are gifted with a move back down to the lows, I'm talking like under $2.40, this is the time to get into FIL because we did not print a bullish divergence at these lows. You know what I'm saying? We did not print a bullish divergence at these lows. So there's a chance the bottom might not be in, all right? And we are also trading within this triangle. So here's my thought process on this. All right, when I'm looking for a good opportunity, here's my thought process on it, right? My thought process is we continue to trade in this triangle. We come up, we reject from the value area high, the golden pocket Fibonacci locally. This is taken for granted that Bitcoin is also going to get a pullback, pretty significant pullback, right? We take the liquidity from this false breakout to the downside. Once we reclaim this low, that's an entry point. And my target for this thing would be all the way up at around $19, $20. So, I mean, we're talking insane gains right here. Potential, like 700% gains on this thing, if we are gifted with a move to that downside. Now, we might not get that, right? We might not. Bitcoin might not get a pullback, let's be honest. So we have to plan for multiple scenarios. This would be the best case scenario in my opinion, because Filecoin pumped like crazy last cycle. It could pump like crazy next cycle. All right, if we hit new all-time highs on Filecoin, that's insane. Like if let's say we do get that opportunity, we're talking like 8,000% profits. That's insane. All right. So opportunity number 2 is wait for a sign of strength, right? Because if this is actually going to break out, then I would want to break out and come back down for a retest, preferably taking out these highs, right? This is, now keep in mind, these are trade setups that I'm looking for, right? A little bit different than a spot buy, right? Because if we're looking for trade setups, we need a very clear entry. There's no such thing as DCA if you're trading on margin or leverage, right? You need an actual entry, a setup. Another setup I would like to see is if we come up and let's say we just take these highs and start to get a rejection, right? Then we have the golden pocket that will come right at the retest of the breakout. And then we could look for this, which is going to be giving us about 200% gains, right? So the 2 setups I would wait for is either a liquidity grab of the lows or a breakout to take these 2 highs and then come back down to retest the triangle and then take it up 200%. Those are the 2 trade setups I would look for. If I'm going to be approaching this from like a spot portfolio hodl mentality, in that case, I would say that so long as we're in this lower range, it's a good place to be accumulating. Because if we have this and we're not coming to the charts every day like a degen like me on the 5-second time frame, and we're just looking to like build a portfolio lackadaisically and then make profit, well, wherever we're buying within this consolidation here, if we hit a new high, right, this is a beautiful opportunity because the price is very low. Objectively speaking, this is low, right? So even if we come and we take those lows again and we're just dollar cost averaging in the entire time, this is still a 100-to-1 risk reward ratio, literally meaning, I mean, you could 100x your money, right? You could 100x your money on this, right? Basically, if your average entry is somewhere around the middle of this triangle, right? So as a spot play, I would say anywhere where we're at now and down is a good place to be accumulating this. I'm not saying to drop all your money at once, right? But I'm saying to accumulate, meaning if you're given an opportunity to buy lower, take it, right? Let's say you have $100 that you're willing to invest in this thing. You know, put in like 10 here, 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 whatever. And if we start to break out, then you might say, well, screw it, man. I'm going to put in a little bit more because we're showing signs of strength, right? But in general, the buy low, sell high principle, this coin has not broken out yet. This is not ICP, right? This will be ICP when we're up here. And that's going to come after the breakout. We're going to hit this target, right? But this is not ICP yet. So now is your time to be getting in, because when it is ICP, you're going to be in a pretty good position up there. Not financial advice. Remember, guys, this is not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor, right? I've got you know, remember, I'm just a guy in a treadmill with a plunger on his face. All right, just a guy in the treadmill with a plunger on the face. Definitely not a financial advisor. All right, y'all. Here we are, plunger on the face, baby. We got the plunger on the face. Not a financial advisor. When do we get the giveaway? Well, that we were gonna do the giveaway at 1,000 likes in 45 minutes or less of streaming, but we have an hour almost of streaming, 300 likes. So more than half the people haven't even liked the video. So, but yeah. So shout out to Crypto Incognito in the chat. Shout out to Keith Jeffs. Shout out to Power Friend. Shout out to Todd Stalder. Can we check out Solana? Yeah, we can check out Solana. We can check out Solana. Wow. So Sol is pumping like a wild lady, guys. It's the weekly time frame. Things look very bullish. Next target for me is going to be $163. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. That's all I can say. Yeah, next target's $155, value area high of the bull market. Right? That's about another 36% move to the upside. I mean, it looks super bullish, and you know, let's see here. All right, so the last time we formed a flag like this, right? The last time we formed a flag like this, we saw these lows that we had, and then we did a liquidity grab of the lows, and that was the bottom of the bull flag, right? So we have actually something quite similar right now, which is this, at around 107. So potentially we could do something like that, but you could also make the case that we've already taken the lows here. But yeah, if we take 107 with some kind of bullish sign, that could be another move to the upside. In these extremely bullish markets, we can't wait for extremely bullish signals, right? This is where trading breakouts and stuff like that does work until all of a sudden it doesn't. So here's the thing. I'm not a big fan of trading breakouts. I'm more of a fan of waiting for a nice setup. So if you're aggressive, you know, you could tell yourself, all right, we're forming another bull pennant here. I could long the breakout. It's a valid idea, okay? But in general, I would say a juicier setup for me would just dip down below here and look to long the low of this bull flag, right, with a liquidity grab of sorts. And I'd say it is more probable now that we do hit our $155 target because we're above point of control, and this thing looks extremely bullish. We're in the middle of nowhere right now, which is why I'm thinking we could come higher. Doesn't mean we will, but look at the chart, right? We're above $75, extremely important level. We're above the 382, extremely important level, confluence with the value area high. I'm sorry, the high volume node of the range. Our next level is $155, right? So, yeah, it's not really anything too. There's not really a really obvious setup here, right? It's just pumping like crazy, so we're gonna assume it's gonna keep pumping like crazy until all of a sudden it doesn't, and we long the exact top. I mean, literally. That's how you gotta play it with these types of things. All right. Did we short Sol at 165? Yeah. It was, I think it was 208. I think the Sol short was around 213 or something like that. I remember my epic Sol short was from here. Definitely around this zone. It was a crazy one, I'll tell you. Man, I should go back and find the videos of that thing, because that was a crazy one. Shout out to everybody in chat. We got 700 people in here. Let's see if we can't get 700 likes, baby. All right, Zilliqa. Yeah, let's check out Zilliqa. That one had a lot of hype in the last cycle. Wow, okay, breaking out. Yeah, Zill already broke out here. Wow, look. Okay. Wow, yeah, this thing's breaking out right now. So, yeah, I mean, this... Look, we've got some bearish div on the daily. That would be my word of caution about this thing. Weekly looks really, really bullish. Now, the problem I have with Zilliqa, it's not really a problem, okay? But we had 10,000% gains last cycle, and then we only retraced 90%, which basically means there's still a lot of downward potential here. We have to assume that this is the real bottom, which is a really nice support, right? It is a really nice support. But yeah, 1,000% gains, that's a good risk to reward ratio on this thing. If you're holding it on spot, I mean, that's really, really nice to look for the high. It scares me a little bit because we do understand that these coins could put in a lower low here, especially if Bitcoin gets a really big pullback. It's an altcoin season, guys. The handwriting's on the wall, right? So, you know, we got a little Mene Tekel Ufar scene on the wall here. It really is just like... that's a major top signal for Bitcoin and all crypto, is when Bitcoin gets a big move, starts to range and kind of run out of gas, and then the altcoins break out. That's... When have we never gotten a major market correction after something like that, right? So, understanding that this could make another lower low, we have a lot more downward potential for this coin than we do for a lot of other coins, right? So just be cautious about that. But yeah, in general, let's say the bottom's in, right? We do have slight bullish div on the weekly. Yeah, this could be a nice play here because we are breaking out. So this is the time to be looking to get in for the breakout. And the next resistance we have on this thing is going to be 7.5 cents. All right, this order block from May 2022. So our next resistance on this thing, if this is a legit breakout, is going to be about a 200% gain right here. So we could easily see Zilliqa get a 200% move here if this alt season continues. If this breakout continues, it's looking pretty good. Let's look for a potential entry here. We did get a little bit of a breakout and a retest, but let's see if we can't now get another retest, because we did form this daily order block right here. If I was looking to day trade this on leverage, this looks really juicy to me. Yeah, it looks pretty juicy to me. Basically to come back down again and get another little retest that we can see on the daily time frame, right? A retest that we can see on the daily time frame. So something like this, into this zone, this last little zone of consolidation, golden pocket, daily order block, all that kind of stuff, then off to the horse races. But that's looking for a more precise kind of entry here. But overall, Zilliqa looks pretty bullish. We're starting to break out. If it follows suit with these other coins, you know, could be really nice. Let's take a look at one of my favorites. Theta. Man, wow. We were looking at Theta quite a bit here. Alright, yeah, so Theta, obviously, the pullback idea looks like it's not even happening. But Theta is breaking out, right? So, as for a potential trade setup, waiting for a pullback, we might not get that. In my opinion, in general, guys, this is really a really nice looking Theta chart here. I think this is a really nice Theta chart. As far as like holding on spot, I mean, I think we have a lot of upward potential on this thing. Because our next resistance is $2.27, which is, you know, an 80% move. But once we reclaim that level, we could get a very quick and fast squeeze, because this is disgusting market structure. These highs are going to get taken out for certain. So I'm bullish on Theta. I'm expecting higher Theta prices for sure. I mean, look at this hidden bullish divergence on the daily breakout and retest. It looks pretty bullish to me. Theta looks extremely bullish to me on the daily time frame. The weekly time frame, money flow's about to cross. I am very bullish on Theta. And I also hold quite a bit of Theta as well. So, I've been into Theta since 2020. The summer of 2020. This when my brother Thomas turned me on to Theta. He said, bro, you gotta get some Theta, man. This thing's pumping. He was right. It pumped like a wild lady, running through the jungle with a laundry basket on her face. Yeah, Theta's looking really strong, guys. You know, we might not get a pullback on it. It's looking good. I'd say, it looks like the pullback already happened here. With that hidden bullish div on the daily time frame. When we basically took out this low. It looks nice. Looks nice. I'd say there's a lot more upward potential on Theta. What about ETH? I don't know. What's ETH? Never heard of it. Do I think that the BlackRock ETF gets disapproved? Oh, do I think it gets approved or possibly denied to force a dump and then approved at a later date? Yeah, it's crypto now. I really like that scenario because it would allow us to get that well-needed pullback, and then we could go to Pump City. Like, seriously. You know, we could get that. It is a much-needed pullback. Let's be honest. It would be an unhealthy move if we don't get a pullback. It would be an unhealthy move if we don't get a pullback. Alrighty. Shout out to Thomas Theta Casper. Is it already altcoin season? Yeah, it is, but here's the thing, Boom Select. Altcoin seasons happen all the time, right? They happen all the time. So it's not like there's one altcoin season only. There's plenty of altcoin seasons. Bitcoin pumps, gets all the attention. Bitcoin ranges because people are moving money into altcoins. Altcoins pump, get all the attention. Then the whole market dumps. All right? Most people get wrecked. Because most people buy the tops after the pumps. Right? Alright, guys. Make sure to like the stream because we got 700 people in here, almost 800, but we only have 400 likes. It's less than half. It really hurts my self-esteem. Makes me feel like, I don't know, like a subhuman. But I guess maybe I am a subhuman, so I shouldn't be upset about that, huh? Alright, guys. I'm going to head out because it's been an hour. And I got some things to do. But look, God bless everybody. If you celebrate Christmas, have a great Christmas. I just hope everyone's very blessed in Jesus' name, even if you're not religious. And, yeah, I'll see you guys tomorrow if anyone's around. Peace, guys. God bless you all.